Hello again and welcome back. In this video today I'm going to be replacing rear speakers of my Audi TT Mark III. If you'd like to do this swap just like I did, you can follow this video. It goes in detail and I'm explaining every single step and every single important part so you can do it at home just like I did. So let's get started.
First thing is using trim removal tool. We are going to remove this door seal trim piece using gloves because you need to yank it really hard upwards, like so. After that we are going to move our seat forward and now pull the trim piece towards the front of the car because there are a couple of clips there and you can see they're pointed backwards. Next we are going to pull the seat belt and from underneath over here yank the trim piece off. You need to use a bit of force. I don't have a rear seat, so you will probably have to remove it first before this step and then just take the trim and place it over here. Here is the clip location. We have 3 metal clips up here, then one in the middle, one in the front and the one in the lower corner. There is one hidden underneath over here. I'm going to show you a bit later. And then we have this plastic clip which slides into the speaker carrier over there. And then at the top we have 2 clips near the top edge which slide into corresponding places over here. Here's the lower side. This one I replaced already and the other one is missing in this video. Here is the rear speaker assembly. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 T20 screws holding the whole thing in place, or if you want to just replace the speaker, 1, 2, 3 T25 screws in this case, if you just want to remove the speaker itself without the whole carrier. We are going to start by removing the cabling, connectors for the tweeter and pinch and remove the connector for the speaker. Then we are going to set this on the side so we have better clearance for removing the whole thing, and I'm going to have to move a bit of this noise insulation to the side so the whole carrier can slide out. After that, it's really easy to remove the whole assembly. There is a guiding pin that helps you put the thing back in place, and it's up here. There it is, and it goes into a hole, like so. Other than that, really easy, you just pull the thing out and that's it. There's some insulation over here, you probably won't have that. And there we have it. This is the only time we are going to change the factory harness, and we are going to cut this connector off because it is not possible to use it for the new speakers. I have the wiring diagram here, but you probably cannot see much, so I'm going to post a photo. There it is of the wiring diagram. You can see purple and black wire on the right hand side is the negative, and just purple is the positive wire for both tweeter and normal speaker. On the left hand side you have green for positive and green with black stripes for negative. So what I decided to do is crimp the connectors so I can easily connect and disconnect the crossover, and here it's important to mark which type of connector you crimped onto the car harness so you can use the appropriate connector on the other side. In this case on the crossover side. Now that we are back in our laboratory, we can undo these three Torx 25 screws. They are machine screws, so they are fine threaded. Set the orientation right of the assembly.
Not to interfere much. That is why.
Alright, so this is the speaker. So the connector is connected, soldered directly to this. It has this kind of strange shape, and it has two dowel pins. Not much. I'm going to leave that on the side. So what I needed to do is take care of these two dowel pins over here. So your best bet is just to cut them. These are not exactly the pliers made for that. Make sure they are flush. And the other thing we need to do is take the tweeter out. So we have three clips, and what you need to do is push with your fingers and unclip the two of them, and then the third one will just, so you need to do this while doing this. Alright, so this is our, and this is, yeah, this is the tweeter. I don't know, we have a small capacitor over here, and that's it. Alright, so the next step was to get, this is the most important piece, and yeah, this is the adapter ring. This one is made out of PLA, 3D printed. It's 4 millimeters thick, and these three holes align perfectly with these three holes, and depending on the speaker that you will get, you should mark and drill the holes for the speakers. As you can see, when you align the holes, there we go, they fit perfectly and leave the room for the speaker. And I will probably leave the information about this thing below. What I chose to do is firstly mount this thing there it is. So in my case, we have this kind of gap over here. So I chose to use either the tape for the cabling to just seal it off, or get something a bit thicker. This is also the stuff, and just go, I'd probably use this, just go around this and make sure it's sealed. Yeah. After that, to mount the speaker itself, we are going to use, I chose to use these clips that come with the speaker themselves and some screws to screw this thing in place, because what we are left with here is a lip, and you could probably, if you print this thick enough or use plywood or something, you can just screw the things right inside. In my case, the speaker that I've chosen, which you already know what it is, oops. So these are the speakers, and they fit perfectly inside, so I'm going to make sure this thing is pointing downwards, and just do it like this. and on the back side they look like this. I could have gone with the shorter screws, yes, but I think this is fine as it is. So like I said, either go with this or with slightly larger tape and tape everything around it. That's what we are going to do now. So this is the final result. I have managed to, yeah, this is the hole that we need to leave for the cables to come out, and now we are going to install the tweeter. Is going, yeah, this is not quite the best option. So the tweeter is supposed to go in here, and you can clearly see it fits, but when I push it inside, there we have it. You can push the tweeter inside, alright, but on this side, oh, oops, it's going to look like this.
I'm going to speed the things up a bit so you don't have to see through everything. The thing is, connect the tweeter and the woofer speaker to the corresponding wires and secure them with a bit of tape. The woofer has different sized connectors, so you cannot mix the polarity. After that, this is how I solved the issue of placing the crossover. It's on the inside of the assembly. This is not the most optimal solution since it's a bit close to the magnet, but there is no space for it to go anywhere else, and then we need to snake the cables for the crossover through the hole towards the front side of the assembly and make sure everything sits nice and tightly so it doesn't rattle in the car. Now this is the part where it is really important to remember which connectors we used in the car when we cut the connector off, so we can install the opposite sides, of course, of the connectors in order for them to fit. And this is what I'm doing, crimping the connectors onto the cables, which are inputs for the crossover. Back in the car, installing the assembly back in place, we are going to use the pin in the upper right hand corner and then tuck the thing behind the noise cover, noise insulation. It is really a good idea to have at least couple screws sitting nearby so you can start them. Then, like I said, it's 5 Torx T20 screws just to screw the assembly back in its position. After we've secured everything, we are going to connect the speakers. Like I said, purple with black stripes is negative, and the purple with, is positive. We are talking about the right hand side. Left hand side has same color scheme, only with green wires. Make sure that all of the wires are tucked in nicely so they don't rattle, and you can see me doing some insulation with the same wiring tape over here just to prevent the connectors from shorting out to either a chassis or to each other. and I don't like anything to rattle in the car as I'm driving, so I always make sure that everything is nicely tucked back into place and fixed properly. And this is probably the hardest piece of trim to get back in place, because it has quite a lot of clips and different kind of fixtures, and there is a really specific way you need to push it in order to clip all of the clips in place. You will see me here doing exactly that. So there is this pin over here, I'm going to mark it, which goes kind of backwards towards the rear end of the car. At the same time, you need to be mindful over here, up here, and make sure this trim goes behind this piece, and then push it like I'm showing here towards the back. Door sill comes next, and I have broken a number of these clips, which goes all the way back, and I still didn't figure out the right way to do it. You will see me trying to, but there is like there are a couple of clips that go sideways first, as you can see over here, this piece. After that, if you manage to get that in, the rest is pretty much easy. You just push it like this, downwards, make sure everything sits, and this is the tedious part. You need to get the rubber seal over the trim piece so it looks nice and it seals the door properly.
I really hope you made it till the end of this video. I know the video is long and it goes really into detail, but I just wanted to help every single one of you who is interested in doing this swap at home, just like I did. So I really appreciate you liking and subscribing if you like this video and would love to see more content on the Audis that I'm making. I will try my best to improve the video quality every time. So I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.